All right, welcome to episode 2 of Homing and Biggie Watch Movies and Watch Things. Because it's not just movies, we're just going to be chatting about whatever. And so today we're going to be talking about Picard, Season 2, Episode 1, Live Long and Prosper.
Yes.
Picard, Season 2, Episode 1. So we're going to follow maybe that same format. I know we haven't given this too much thought, but what do you think the creatives, Patrick Stewart, the writers, what do you think they were going for in this Season 2 premiere?
Correction. If you watch it, I think it felt like an apology, a reboot.
Yeah.
For Season 1. I don't know of a show in my mind that was in some ways as hyped as to see the Next Generation crew somehow make an appearance and Picard being featured in the show. I mean, when they announced it, I thought, okay, this is either going to go one of two ways. It's either going to bring back all those memories of what you had as a fan growing up.
Yeah.
Or this is going to go south real fast.
And then the trailer started coming out. And
right.
It was,
But the trailer was at least, okay, I started seeing some of the beats. But when you saw the first 2, 3, and you started seeing the episodes, something was off in your mind. You were like, this is not Star Trek.
Right.
And so I felt this episode felt like a reboot of last season. It's almost like last season did not have to exist. Let's kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
And let's reorganize the characters into different roles that are more appropriate. And let's just give it more of a Star Trek feel. It's more of a Star Trek world.
Yeah.
Where certain procedures happen, certain ways characters relate to each other happen, and so certain beats are there.
Yeah, my overall thought as well is correction is a good word. I think, I think it's a good sign that they're correcting. I think they're hearing some of the criticism and some of the fan feedback that, how is this a Star Trek show? Season 1, like, you're not even, there's no, let's not bash on Season 1. We're here to focus on Season 2 premiere. It is correcting a few things. I mean, and as you said, I think they even just kind of erased some of, just quickly with a line, just kind of, oh, forget about that. Oh, this happened. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And then, we'll never talk about it again.
It's not
I murdered a person, but it was okay because of this.
She did mention it.
She mentioned it once.
I was quitting. She made a joke about it.
Right.
She made a joke about it.
And then, even Raffi and Seven, because Picard asks Raffi about Seven, and then that's, she's like, oh, and don't mention, or Touche, basically that she's not mending that relationship well, or it's not going well, or whatever. Just kind of as a, yes, we acknowledge Season 1 happened. This is where we're going now.
Exactly how I felt watching it.
Yeah. Okay. So pros. What did you like about Episode 1? I mean, we'll probably do one after the whole season ends. But what did you like about this premiere, especially?
Again, I mean, it felt like a course correction, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shows that don't start off too well. They make course corrections.
A lot of Star Trek shows.
A lot of Star Trek shows, but even The Office. Season 1 wasn't well received.
Parks and Rec.
But I remember the writers in The Office, they said, what we're going to do is simply make Michael Scott 10% more likable.
Yeah.
Right? That quote. And this one felt like a little bit different because they realized that Picard has so much legacy. It means so much to people. They got to bring back some fundamentals. One big thing I liked was, number one, the man is respected. The last season, he was disrespected.
Yeah.
He was an outcast. He was a loser.
Yeah.
They swore at him,
yes.
This old man, and not even there were admirals swearing at him, right? And he was not welcome in his own house. Nobody knew who he was. And that just felt off to me. This season felt like if I wrote it, or you wrote it, or a fan wrote it, this is something I would imagine it being. He is a well-respected admiral, quite happy, but a little bit perhaps bored with his life.
Yeah.
A little bit missing some of the elements that he might regret, in his life. And then a big problem comes that specifically requires his skill set. And he assembles sort of a crew on a real starship, not that...
starship, yes.
Yes, right? And that general respect I liked.
Yeah, I really liked seeing just people back in Starfleet uniform on a starship.
Yes.
It's a show called Star Trek, and that's what it's always been about. People on a starship serving, the chain of command and orders and a captain, and that was all missing. It was all off. I think they were trying to do something different.
They did, and I think even things like the technology, the way they use the technology felt more like Star Trek. Last season, they had some random stuff. Remember that crime scene where they're using
that magic tool?
So many ridiculous things. I felt like it was from Lord of the Rings or something.
You know, to kind of just go off your quote from The Office, like this is 10% more what we're used to. They're pulling Picard back, kind of 10% back, just to like. And actually, I really like that they're exploring something that has been established as a basis of the character. That Picard keeps people at his arm's length, and he doesn't. You know, he doesn't form deep relationships. I mean, in the episodes and the movies that he's been in, he's had relationships with Vosh and with
Beverly.
Famke Janssen, with Beverly, obviously, and with Insurrection. No, not Insurrection. Insurrection, right?
Yes.
The one,
the 300-year-old lady.
Yeah. So he has relationships, but what is her name? The Romulan woman's name.
Laris.
Laris. Yeah. No. Guinan said it. Oh, somebody said it, that he has relationships, but it's always kind of, he makes sure that they're kind of short and there's nothing long.
He's a player, yes.
I'm surprised they didn't bring up Inner Light, though. Because that would be, he's had a lifelong relationship. He had children. He had grandchildren.
Yes, but that goes into the lore that some people just... They don't
Yeah. It's hard to be able to...
It's hard.
Right. That's hard to explain in a line.
I just felt that something happened, whether... I got to go back and look at who wrote this, because some of the jokes were landed better.
Yes.
They were less cringy. Like, I felt like a lot of the stuff in season 1 was cringy. It was, like, eye-rolling. You were saying to yourself, this doesn't happen in the Star Trek universe. You just can't randomly kill people. You can't randomly do this A, B, C, D. Picard would never act this way. He never says these type of things.
Yeah.
It was really, really off. And this season, just from this first episode, I felt the beats were right. Right. It's something that you can imagine Guinan probably would say, or the joke that she would make, or the thing that Q would say.
Yes.
And
I
then
like that Guinan and Q are back.
I think it was a more of a meaningful thing, and I like that.
I like that both of them are back more than I like the fact that they forced Data back in season 1. That felt so shoehorned for me.
Super shoehorned.
This was natural, right? Guinan has been an established kind of, someone he turns to, and obviously the adversarial nature of Q. But season 1 was all about his deep, deep love and regret of Data dying, and it's like, wow.
No, they moved on from that.
Yeah. He's okay with that now.
He was okay with it. He has
a robot, or he's a robot, Picard. But that's fine too.
Look, in the end of the Nemesis movie, which I guess happened 25 years ago, they cheered it, and then he's on the bridge the next day, saying goodbye to people, and then thinking about the next mission. So he was a robot. Okay?
Yes.
No, they didn't really care that much.
Yes.
I mean, again, we're going back to season 1. A lot of stuff that just didn't make sense. Season 2 looks like they're trying to correct everything from relationships to the Star Trek universe.
Yeah, the feel of it.
The feel of it. Like, you're not cringing every time someone says a line because it doesn't make sense in the universe.
Yeah.
I think there was enough fan servicing.
There was.
But it was done pretty tastefully.
I think so too.
You heard the name Grissom. You heard the name.
I mean, the Stargazer is there.
Stargazer, the Sulu. The ship Excelsior's there, and the old pictures of the ships.
Yeah.
The Starfleet Academy's there. He's actually in a uniform.
Yeah. So Lower Decks obviously had a lot more of these callbacks, and I think that fits that genre and that style that they're going for. Yeah. And so I thought this was very tastefully done here too. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of positives here.
A lot of positives.
What did you not like?
Not much actually for what it was.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. I mean, I saw the trailer for this new season. I'm thinking, oh boy, this is good. Again, it could, really go into a bad direction here. But I didn't think I really disliked too much. I get they're trying to bring a different element of his character with his mother coming in, which we've never seen before.
The abusive parent relationship, possibly
with that. But overall, not too bad. Yeah. I think. Whether this is a choice or whether this is just the facts, I think there could have been a little more energy with Picard. I
felt he picked up so much more energy compared to season 1.
Well, but he has a new body.
I know.
I mean, it's...
No, but season 1, I remember going up the stairs was just you could tell this was a 90-year-old man going upstairs. I thought he had a bit more energy.
Oh, okay. I can see that. Yeah, it doesn't... It helps that you're not berated by everybody in your life,
right?
And you're told you're a loser and please don't come back, right? So I felt... I can't really pinpoint anything I didn't like.
One thing that I didn't... a couple of kind of specific... minor plot points. I didn't like that Laris kind of wanted to establish a relationship with him. That seemed sort of out of left field because she was married to the other Romulan that died last season.
Oh, he's died?
Yeah, I think so.
It's so bad.
They talked about it, and it's been a year, and so okay, I guess. But
I didn't realize he died. I thought he just written on the show. I forgot he died.
I think he died. I think
So forgettable.
people appeared at
in the house,
and I think he died. Anyway,
and
he's not there. But anyway, I didn't really. I thought that kind of jump or that attempt at the relationship. I get that was supposed to be like a triggering point for him to kind of reflect on why he avoids relationships and keeps people at distance, but that feels a little bit forced. I thought the line about Guinan saying that they can choose to age, and so she chose to age a little bit. I thought that was unnecessary. I mean, Whoopi Goldberg obviously looks different than what she, but I thought they could have left that out. I thought the line. On the other hand, though, I thought the line that that Q delivered was great. That he was young and he snapped, and that's very in
that's
character.
the way to use the CGI briefly and then explain. Now I know
cheaply,
but also it was pretty clever.
It was clever, yeah. It was in character. It
versus Brett Spiner, where they tried to de-age him. It looked terrible.
Yes,
and they didn't even get a fitted uniform. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
it looked like some guy sewed it quickly. It's like just put it on. It doesn't matter.
I think maybe fitted for him would not have been great.
Fine, but
speaking as a person that fitted doesn't look great on.
You know what I'm saying? It was really awful.
Yeah.
So what I guess I didn't really like was, again, I don't blame them, but things like this guy, this captain, he's a captain of Rios of the Stargazer, this amazing ship,
the best ship.
Shouldn't he be in a jail, right? And Dr. Girardi.
Yeah.
Shouldn't she be?
She's some specialist now that gets called onto special missions.
She's on the bridge. She should be in jail.
So again, they're really just hand waving. Season 1 didn't happen. We're establishing this new stuff. Which so actually one thing that I did not like and really stuck out was some of the CGI was terrible.
Which part?
I think the first shot of the Academy looked really bad, but some of it was really good. So that's why I thought it was really inconsistent. Like I thought the ship looked great, like especially on the exterior shots. Like the space tear when it first started happening, I thought that looked really, really good, really cool effects. But some of it was really.
You know what it is? It's this blend of CGI with real sets, and sometimes they don't do well because. You could tell some parts are just CGI, like Starfleet Academy. I know what you mean. It looked like a video game 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That type of thing. Yeah. There's actors on a green screen.
Everyone needs the Mandalorian.
That's
whatever
right.
they call it.
Yeah, they did that in the Batman.
Did they really? Oh, they used the same
the
thing?
scene where the bat signal, what do you call it? The bat signal.
Yeah.
That all that stuff is that thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The volume. The volume they call it. Yeah. Oh, I mean that stuff was really neat. So I thought the CG was a little odd. Overall, I did like it. So overall, what's your final grade on season 2, episode 1 of Star Trek?
I mean, I'll probably give it a A- just because that last season was like a C for me.
Yeah. So it's in comparison.
In comparison, I'm glad they're doing this. I did hear Patrick Stewart's only doing 3 seasons. Okay. Which means even if it's amazing this season, you only got 1 more left.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, they wasted season 1 completely. And we went to New York Comic Con. We saw him in the flesh. I was super excited to see him. I was emotional to see this. And then they showed the trailer with Riker and Troy. And I was like, this is going to be amazing. And when that whole season came out, I was sad. I was really sad. I was watching it, cringing and rolling my eyes and face palming the entire time. And so I really hope this season is done better.
And it's off to a good start.
It's off to a good start.
Yeah.
It leaves enough mystery, intrigue.
Yeah.
And it sets up the right...
I mean, I think even after this first... I mean, in terms of setting up that intrigue, it leaves the question of, was the Borg being genuine? Do they actually want to join the Federation? That's actually really neat if they choose to. And I thought that was a great moral dilemma. I thought it was great that Picard was asking his bridge crew what to do and for their opinion. And anyway...
7 and 9, though, I don't remember at the end of Voyager, was she pro-Borg or against the Borg?
I'm guessing against Borg.
I guess so. I guess that would make sense.
Yeah.
Picard was super against them in the movies. Okay?
Yeah.
So suddenly, I guess he had
but season 1 dealt with that with his trauma and him moving forward from. Anyway, okay, sorry. My overall thoughts as well. I think I would give it an A- as well. Yeah, I'm hopeful. Again, Captain Picard, we watched the show at a time where it's so formative. He's a role model in terms of what good leadership is, what moral, just leadership is, and season 1 was a little bit painful to watch, kind of because of that. To see some of that kind of your role model, a role model that we've looked up to as this character, being torn down left, right, and center.
That's right.
It was really painful. So I think this was a good return to form.
I hope though that they keep some of that.
Yeah.
I realize he's an old, sappy old man, but fine, you're older, but give a little bit of wisdom.
Do you know if they're bringing Beverly back?
I think they should.
They really should.
They should have hooked up. They should have been married by now. He's complaining that he's alone and whatever, and he's trying to.
Yes.
But look, he had
unless she tragically died, everything was pointing to they were going to.
If anybody should have been brought back, it was not Data, who died in an explosion.
Yeah.
Right.
Bring back Worf. He'd love the.
Bring back Worf.
Yeah.
Bring back Wesley Crusher.
Yes. Yes.
But they brought back
Data
and Hugh.
Data, the guy who's not supposed to age or change at all,
and is dead,
and died. Yeah.
And Hugh, which nobody really cared about that much, right? And then they bring back a character from Voyager.
Yes.
If you're going to bring back someone as a friend or something, bring back Beverly. She visits him on the vineyard, and they have breakfast together.
Yes.
Right. I mean, they're friends, right? So that would make sense.
That would make sense.
Anyways, I'm hopeful that. I'm pretty sure all the other guys want to be brought back for a nice payday. Geordi LaForge, Worf.
Yeah.
I think they should come back. But the problem is if they come back, they could really ruin their memory too if they're not careful.
Right.
Worf is a homeless person. Right. And okay, well that's it. And then you have their lasting memory is he's this guy versus this is the Worf I remember. They got to do with dignity. Right, and Riker and Troy, I guess, had some. He's kind of he's making pizza. And on the side, he's commanding the flagship.
Yeah.
Sure, and Troy is happy in her house, whatever.
But children, right?
With
vaguely remembering, with the child, because the other child died.
That's right.
Yeah. Something.
Right, fine.
With the same disease that
Data had.
Oh my. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Don't do that stuff, man. Anyways,
okay. Anyway, so we're excited about the rest of season 2 of Picard. Let us know if you've seen it. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts as well. Until next episode, this is Homing and Biggie watch things.